This is all alleged, but hilarious, so I'm going to share it with you.
Whoa!
So, with Dragon Age The Veilguard set to release in 15 days, we have someone who broke their NDA. Now, this person is not named. This is why this is alleged. This is in the rumor mill. But in 2 weeks, we will know if this person is telling the truth. A playtester reveals how ultra woke game really is, beginning with non-binary Kunari companion. You're probably having the same thoughts that I am having. How do they know that how do they know that little buzzword? But a playtester broke his NDA to reveal how ultra woke the game really is. And Tosh identifies as non-binary. So this person, they don't have very good grammar, but I'm suspecting that it was written down exactly the way that it was dictated. She told me that I am a non-binary person. How the hell would a fantasy game in Thedas have the word non-binary? She said, I don't like men and I don't like women. I identify myself as non-binary, just like that. If this is true, it will just go to show that this is what we've been saying from the get-go. You've injected America's socioeconomic and sociopolitics into games that are fantasy, that are supposed to be escapism. Now, but we're only here at the beginning. By the way, this grammar is, oh golly, it's absolutely atrocious. From there, discuss the romance options available in the game, imply that they are gender locked. So if you're straight, you can only be straight. However, if you choose non binary, you can fuck them all. Gotta fuck them all. Of course, there are pronouns they shove in your throat, just like Starfield, which makes sense. It makes sense that they would try to handle it in the same way. They're going to have some kind of little message in there. As far as the game's story, though, this person described it as baffling. What's baffling for one is not necessarily baffling for the other, but I want to hear more details. He went on to point a Solus role. They put him on the side. He's basically in the fade, and we'll talk to him every now and then. Okay, so he's Obi-Wan. Yeah, that kind of makes sense because I don't think we weren't expecting him to be one of the main companions. He has been a main companion for the last two. Didn't really expect it that much. Here's one thing that I'm just going to skip over that other part. And yes, there will be a little stinger in there for that. He also shared that the endings for the game are drastically different from each other, but the rest of the gameplay is not all that different. So maybe the gameplay will still hold up. We obviously have some differences, some changes that the directors and creators themselves have owned up to. But I guess this guy is feeling like the overall gameplay is not the real issue here. He's more worried about the storyline and some of the hidden things that they're putting in there. That's what it seems like to me. He explained you have the reputation system, just like Origin, so you have to like build your allies, and whenever you hit that final checkpoint, that final save marker, we're like, you can't go back after this. Then that will dictate how the story ends for you in your own way. So I guess there is some choice in there. As far as how the Inquisitor infects the game, from Inquisition, obviously. He basically doesn't do anything. He's going to give you incantation. Well, we do know that in Dragon Age 2, Hawk shows up to the Inquisitor. He goes and hangs out. He doesn't really do anything. You have like one or two opportunities to have a dialogue with him, and he basically just stays out of it. So I don't see that as that big of a problem. It's going to be a shit show because the Elven God will do like a very nasty because all the Inquisition are corrupted. Hold up. But it depends if the Inquisition is abandoned. So this must be I don't even know what's going on. This must be choices you make during the game. As far as the origin of the player character, Rook, this is the main guy, this is the person you're playing. He revealed the character is recruited by Varric in a bar, and he doesn't have very good things to say about how the person is chosen. It was not a trial by fire, was not of royalty, was not of the circle, was not anything, just found him at the bar. And Varric and Scout Harding are apparently in there, and they're just like looking around. And this person, the supposed alleged player says, "Oh, this guy, yeah, I think this is going to be a good like guy to have the fate of the entire Thedas on his hands. He was drinking in the bar, and that's it. And they took him." Now, this seems like it's way dumbed down. There might be more characterization that goes on. However, it doesn't surprise me if it is this ham-handed and if it is this retarded. It would not surprise me one bit whatsoever. Next, he shared how his feedback was not even passed along to developers at BioWare. Now, this goes into probably why he broke his NDA, if this is even real at all, is that the review was either so scathing or so unintelligible that they didn't want to use it. And tried to go through an agent, didn't work for him. I don't know why you would have an agent if you're just a game tester, so that's kind of like let's click in a couple of boxes. However, this all could be true. I am not in that space. He describes the gameplay in the Fate as a walking simulator that features a couple fetching quests to take stuff here and there. This alleged playtester also shares that Morgan and Varric are merely advisors in the game. Once again, I think we all kind of knew that. I think we all know that Varric is basically the storyteller. He he will be in the world, but he won't necessarily be a part of your party, I don't think. And Morrigan sat out the last game anyway because she had moved on past it. So if this person was expecting to have Morgan and Varric and Solus and Liliana in their group, I think they would be sorely mistaken. And that's probably why they're feeling so butthurt. But when he play tested it, he told himself and his friend that this is the end. This is the end of BioWare. This is where BioWare, they say, EA will basically pull the plug. Well, they might. They might not. They've doubled down on everything. Whether or not we agree with it or not, we can't. No, I mean, they've lost so much freaking money, so much respect, and they still keep going. So I think this person is being a little bit grandiose in their verbiage, and also, golly, the freaking grammar is horrible. However, I get what they're trying to put across. Now, if this is true, and like I said, in 2 weeks, we will see if this comes to fruition, if this is actually how the gameplay is. But this is a huge leak. Wish he would have had a, a better way of saying things, man. Don't make yourself sound retarded. Maybe he was hyped up. Maybe he just doesn't know how to type. I don't know how this was, if this was dictated or if this was just an email or something like that. But good gracious, man. Go back to school. Until next time, what do y'all think? Dragon Age sucks. The retardation is even affecting me.